just prepare some part, teacher. But not at all.
Not yet all, but in the process, right? How much have you
Yeah,
completed?
teacher.
How much have you completed?
Just the cover and the list and peer observation and reflection paper.
Okay, good.
Another rest is not yet, teacher.
Another one not yet finished. Okay. Still better than Rotana. Then how about Rotana? Hello, Rotana.
Hello, teacher.
Okay, how is your practicum folder going on?
Not yet finished.
Not yet finished. 80% or 50% finished?
Hello, teacher.
Hello.
40%, teacher.
Okay, 40. So 40. How about Sukonta? How much have you finished?
Not yet.
Not yet. I know not yet, but how much have you finished?
20%.
20%. Oh, please brush it. Okay.
Teacher,
Yes.
about practicum folder, we have to submit it to you. When we have to submit it to you. And by what?
But the 2 more weeks.
I mean, do we need to bring the folder to you at the university or not?
You can submit it there and keep it in the academic office, and I will tell someone to be in charge over there and keep it there. Okay.
Teacher, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
How was your holiday, teacher?
Not bad. How about yours?
Một Tết đơn ấy.
Okay. Okay. Chantanya is here today. Trin Ratana is here. And Sukonta, yes. Kira, yes. Kira is here. And how about Ratisai?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, don't know.
Apanya?
Apanya call, please.
Apanya?
Apanya?
Oh, by the way, everyone, have you watched Janet's teaching? Have you watched Janet's teaching?
Not yet, teacher.
Not yet. Oh. Okay, if you say not yet, I watched Janet's teaching here, but I just want you to see and take note. She has a lot of
mistake.
Thousands of mistakes.
Nhưng xong mà cho mà midterm mà đây.
Okay now. Before we go on, I just want to show you her lesson plan first and the teaching materials. In the 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me share the screen. And Janet, be ready to give yourself comment. And I think that Tira has a lot of comments.
Teacher, me again?
Yes, you have a lot of comments.
No, I think this, I think this time you should ask someone to do
comment.
Pira thử đợi comment nhau.
Okay, then let's go then. This is the lesson plan of tonight and her skill here.
Oh, teacher, my internet.
Remember her
internet is not.
Remember her skill is speaking. And her skill vocab and listening, alright?
Teacher internet slow ស្ដាប់អត់បានសោះ
My internet or yours? I think
I
yours.
don't know teacher
My internet is okay.
ពីរ៉ាស្ដាប់បានអត់
Kira, can you hear me well? Kira? Kira, can you hear me well? Hello. I think it must be Kira's internet then. I can hear you well.
បញ្ញា
How about Panya? Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can. Sure.
Oh, it's okay. Maybe someone else internet. Then. Okay, let's go then. Can you see well on the screen? Or in
Yes.
small? Okay, good then. So now look at Janet's focus. Her focus here is speaking, and her subs here vocab and listening. Okay. Usually speaking and listening go together, right? Yeah. When we speak, we also need vocabulary. Okay. Now look at her objective, right? Discuss in pair about news topics given in the book comparatively. News topic here mean the topic related to news. Is it like that, Janet?
Yeah, teacher the topic that related to the
In news information, right? You mean like that, right?
yeah teacher
Oh,
So your lesson is about what's in the new. Oh, okay. Yeah, what's in the new? Okay, your lessons. Okay, discuss. Okay, define the words that given. The words that are given in the textbook by listening to
listening.
type script. This one type script, not type script. Oh, Janai, spelling please and grammar and teacher explanation.
Listening also, teacher.
Yeah,
Listen changes to
that's
listening.
right. You're right. Janai. Next, number the word. Number the word appropriately by listening to the type script. Number the words.
Teacher,
Yes.
number 2, teacher explanation. Do we have to put apostrophe s? Teacher explanation.
That's right. Teacher explanation. Yes. All the explanation of teachers. Okay. Okay. Next one. Produce the question words. Okay. Produce the question words and discover more about the question that the teacher assigned them to work in pair. Tell about the interest news topic by themselves in class and at home, homework, and tell the class about those stories.
Change y to is.
Yes, that's right. So, when you check how she write this one, Pisa is coming. So, her objective is not a big problem, but the problem is spelling and not spelling, is a vocabulary and grammar. Janet? Hello, Janet.
yes I listen teacher yes
Okay, just include it. Okay. Before I want to show you the now sample lesson sample. Only this page, right, Janet? Janet, do you plan to take only this page? Hello, Janet.
yes
Only
I
this.
forgot
Only this page. Look, listening about the news. Number 1, how do you keep up to date with what's happening in the world? Which of this new topic interests you the most? Okay, and listen to radio. Ding. Okay, the second. Okay, which word you sing from a story? Write the question words. Listen to the news story. The question will answer. Dictations and project. Okay, before you go on, I just want Janet to briefly explain how you categorize the categorize into free, while, and post. Janet, can you tell us briefly? Example from activity 1, 2, 3.
activity 1 yes activity 1 is the free speaking teacher
Okay, free speaking. How about activity 2?
activity 2 3 and 4 I put it in while speaking
Oh, number 1, 2, 3, free. You mean like that, Janet?
teacher?
You mean number 1, number 2, number 3 here mean pre-reading.
No.
What do you
Number
mean?
1 pre-reading, and the second, number 2 and number 3, number 4 while speaking.
Okay, okay. And pause?
And number 5 and number 7 it pause. And number 6 I skip it, teacher. Cause
You skip.
the time. Yeah.
Okay, skip number 6. So only number 5, number 7.
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, check this part. So this one you said that pre, and number 2 is just listening, and number 3, which activity that you think that the student require to speak? Which one?
Activity 3 and sorry, teacher, activity 5 and activity 3.
5 and 3.
Yes, and 4 also, teacher. They speak.
Okay, 4 as well. Write the question words.
And I also ask them to answer all the questions also. So when they answer, it means they speak.
Okay, if you say that the main task is speaking, how about number 2? Number 2 is not speaking. Number 2 is not speaking.
Yes, it's listening.
Yeah, that's right.
But in the listening, there are many. There are 5 words that related to the listening. So I ask them to listen and then ask them to identify which topic related to the word and ask them to tell the class.
Okay, ask them to tell the class. So when you ask them to tell the class, meaning just to take the answer, right? So I think number 1 and number 2 can be categorized into pre. Yes, number 1 and number 2. Okay, because you said that the sub skill can be listening, so it is not the main focus. So when you lead by let them listen to the audio to do this one, activity 2, and then you go to the main task to ask them to speak. Yeah. Which word do you think are from each story? Okay, this one. You ask them to work in group or in pair to ask these questions. And number 4, write the question, work in group, something like that. Okay, this one can be speaking activity. And then this one just to check answer. Number 5 just to check answer related to question number 4, right?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, so this one can be included together, number 4 and number 5. You skip number 6 and number 7. Okay, number 7. Is it related to speaking or related to listening or writing? Number 7.
It related to speaking because I asked students to find the news interest that the news that they interest and ask them to sing or discuss and then tell the class.
Tell the class.
Yeah.
Here, do you think that you ask them to do it now in class or to work at home? This activity number 7 here.
This activity I ask them to do in class by give them some time and ask them to do their research by using the phone, or if they don't use the phone, they can think about what they know and then tell the class. And for homework, I also ask them to find the news story like this also.
Okay, and then here the activity you said that be ready or be prepared to answer questions. What question?
Hello, teacher. Teacher, please accept Maza. Maza is joining, but yeah, Pira.
Oh, Pira. Before she was here, but now gone.
She's joining. She sent message into the group.
Oh, okay, thank you. Here, tonight here, you ask your student to do the project, to tell the class about the story with the picture. Okay, and then you ask the student to prepare to answer question. What do you mean this one?
This means if another student don't understand something or they want to ask about the story that they tell, they must be ready to answer all those questions.
Okay. So number 7 is a kind of post. Is it right?
Yes, teacher.
Post. Now let's go back to our lesson plan. Right or wrong? Okay, this is pre-speaking, live in, talking about interest. Okay, this one take exercise 1 just now. Okay. Teacher asked to open the door and page to continue from previous lesson. Review. Okay, also teacher also review lesson. Okay. Be ready when you go to her lesson plan and then you can check her teaching. Teacher asked student to open a book already. Teacher asked student to look at listening and teacher asked student about how do they keep up to date with what's happening in the world. Okay, these are the questions that you plan to ask. Student answer to teacher about how to keep update to the news. Teacher asks about which of the news topic. Or if you want to make a data like that, you just say teacher ask the following question, and then the small point you ask about what? Like this. What's happening? How do you keep updating the news? Something like that. You keep the question in. So you list down several questions that you want to ask. Is it right, Annette? Rather than to write like this here. Teacher ask students about me. Ask again, okay? If you want to ask, just put a list of questions that you want to ask. No need to mention like that, okay? Annette?
Yes.
Students choose the new topic that they interest and tell the class. Teacher asks students to do their listening to radio and which stations. See? Ask students to listen to the radio and which station. So this one no need to write like this. You just say the question. What is the question to ask? So what we ask them here. So when you ask,
it's me.
When you ask,
do we listen to the radio?
Yeah, that. Yes, it's just like the data or the real question that you might ask them in the real class. Meaning that you plan what kind of question that you will ask. So when you start teaching, you just glance at your question. You can follow. If you write like this, it's very hard to ask. It's very hard for you to follow the lesson plan, you know. If it teacher ask a few, you see, again, and a few share, like that. Okay, the same thing that you have to change. Teacher might tell, okay. Technique 2, identifying the story, talking about and number the words. Identify the story, talking about what, and number the words. What is this? And this one?
About the listen to the file radio. I just want to ask them to listen to the radio, and then I ask them to identify the story talking about, and then ask them to number which word in the book related to what story.
Oh, matching, is it right?
Matching?
Is it matching?
I don't.
File number 2, right? Exercise.
Yes,
number 2. This one, right? This one. Yeah, this one is called what? It's called matching. You listen, example point number 1. Okay, they just tell about the news, something like that. And after the news, you ask them, okay, for number 1 here, what is the title of the news? Is it related to a crime? It is related to a death, a football match, or an explosion, or a strike. So this one is called matching.
Not identified, right?
No, not identify matching. Only see a match. So when you listen to the news here, the news here is talking about a crime. So match with a crime. So another news is talking about football match. So this one is number 2, football match. This is called matching, not identifying.
Teacher, Pira got cho what about teacher? That I got cho the phone.
Yeah, again.
Accept. Pira, teacher.
Pira, before I already accepted. Where is Pira again? Why Pira always in and out like that? Where is Pira?
Có thật
Don't
có
know.
cho để internet có slow à.
Oh, probably it's like that. Her internet is too slow. Maybe Panya help. Panya, can you help her?
How, teacher?
Yeah, help Pira, right? Pira.
How can I help her?
What is her comment? Let me see. What did she say? Did not hear. Just pass her another link, maybe. The same link. Okay, now go on. Check if you write correctly or not. Teacher asked students to work in pair. Okay, this one work in pair, right? Write the question words. No, this one, sorry. Pre. This one you categorize into pre? Can I? This one you categorize into pre. When I asked you, you say?
Yeah, teacher, I forgot.
Oh.
Because I forgot to look at my lesson plan. So exercise 1 and exercise 2 is in the pre.
Now you want to look at the word design in the book. Listen to the 5 ready 9, yes. My thing. Listen to the text carefully. Teacher ask what is the first word. No response. Right. Teacher monitor. Oh, this one you can sum it up. You just ask the student to do the exercise number 2 by reading the heading of the news and listen to the audio that the teacher play for how many times? 1 time or 2 times? How many times you plan to play for them, Janet?
2 times.
1 time. Oh, 2.
If possible, it's not time. Here, I also put in the comment box.
Notes. But in your plan, only 1 time, right? Okay, wow. While speaking, identify the word from.
I forgot, teacher.
Identify the words from each story. Ask students to read the word that are given in the book. Students read the word given in the textbook. Which word do they sing from a story or that they sing in a story? Teacher monitor. Okay. So this one is kind of discussion. Tonight, exercise 3. Exercise 3. Which word do you think are from each story? So this one, you just ask them to work in group or in pair. In pair. Example XY. Example XY. I think that XY is about something related to a desk.
A desk.
That's right. Okay, something like that. Okay. This one you can take a very short time. And how about your title? What do you say? Title.
What title?
You say identify the word from each story. Okay, this one okay. Discussion technique number 2, activity exercise 4. Ask students to work in pair and ask them to write question word. Students work in pair. Ask students to choose one of the new story and ask them what else do they want to know and think of more questions. Teacher call of you pair to write question on the board in the class. Okay, teacher help in necessary. Number 4. Number 4, write the question word. Example, Janet. Can you play? Can you give us example of the question word in here? Number 4.
Who planted the bomb?
Okay. Next one.
Who's painting? Did they steal?
Okay, something like that. This one also fast because we don't have much thing to do, right? Next one.
But we have to ask. Yeah.
Okay. Right, wrong. Check. Discussion. Okay. Next one. Technique 3, listen to the new story, listen for answering question. Oh, why is your technique so long like that?
And then how to put teacher?
This one exercise 5. Check exercise 5 first. Listen to the new story, which question? Oh, what answer? This one is just like, it's just like when you ask your student to write the question and then they are ready to listen for getting answers, right? Is it right like that? Like that. Okay. If you say like that, you just say listen for the answers. Listen for the answer, something like that. Or listen for the detail also fine, meaning that you want to collect the answers to the questions.
How about listen for answering the question?
Just say listen to answer the questions. Also fine. Okay, fine. Okay. Teacher ask student to listen to the new story, play, tape script. Yeah, you should. If you want to, 1 or 2, you say, oh, maybe plan 1 time. Okay. Teacher take answer. Okay, fine. Post speaking project. Post speaking project just now. Teacher asked students to work in pair, need to find user interest, doing research on the internet, seeing about news, interest, okay. Student think about their interest news topic. Teacher gives you minutes for practice. Practice what?
Practice by, if they sing already, they can tell the class about what they sing, about what the interest new that. Yes, about the interest new, teacher.
About interest new. Okay, so this one is not clear. To practice, we don't know what kind of practice. And teacher, you understand, but
I ask them to.
Yeah, practice what? Telling the story to each other or what? Like that, you have to tell clearly here, practice. Teacher call a few pair to show their story. What do you mean?
The story that they sing.
Show the picture or show what?
To tell each other. Call you student to tell the class.
Oh, not to show the story. To tell us. And so
to tell.
These points are similar then.
Yeah.
Students share the story to the whole class. How about this one? How about this one?
It means they tell the story to the class.
So a few pair here as a what? As the same Paul for them to follow.
If in the real class there are many students, I just ask a few pairs, mean 1 pair or 2 pair to solve the class, and then if we still have time, I will ask the student to solve all the story 1 by 1.
Okay.
I mean like that.
Okay, just like the same Paul, and then let them practice in pair. Okay, necessary help. Okay, fine. Closing, wrap up, assignment, homework. Okay, and what is your homework? Sign to find news that interest on the internet. Bring the tech picture, the call, the class when they come. Come here. When they come here, what are you going to plan? What are you going to do? When they come.
It means when they come back to the class for the next day, I will ask them to come to the whiteboard and then tell the class or the picture that they interest to the whole class teacher.
This is another speaking activity, right? Next session, right?
Yes.
Okay, acceptable. Okay, now the lesson plan is not a big problem. Just
but my problem is when I teach.
Oh, not yet check. Oh, not yet check. Let's check your.
I have a lot of mistakes in the speaking, teacher.
Oh, no, let your friend help them. Help
with speaking and pronunciation. She makes a lot.
A lot of mistakes. Pira, are you ready?
សុំតែមកជាប់
Okay, let's start.
How are you? I'm good. Yeah. Okay, good everyone. So now we are going to continue our lesson from the previous time. But before I start my lesson today, I want to know about our attendance. How many students are come today? So,
no one is absent.
Yes, Panya, yes, Maran, yes, Martin, yes, yes. Okay, good. Okay, now I want to review some lessons that we learned already about the past simple. Who know the form of past simple? Do you remember? Do you remember about the form of past simple? Okay, how about the positive form? Again, what is the
positive form of past simple? Subject plus verb to plus object.
Okay, can you give me one example?
I went to bathroom.
Yeah, I went to bathroom. Okay, good. Okay, Maran, can you give me one example of the negative past simple?
I didn't sleep last night.
Yeah, I didn't sleep last night. Okay, good. Martin, can you give me one example about past simple about the question form?
Did you go to school yesterday?
Okay, good. Did you go to school yesterday? Okay, good. Now, as we know before, past simple for the positive subject plus positive meaning, you can use was or were. Like, I was not sleeping, like that. And
I was not at school.
I was not at school. And for the past simple, when we use with another form, subject plus verb to be, and so in verb to be we have regular and irregular, right? So like regular I walk, so we use verb with ed, and another one like I eat, but we use it we change to I ate. Okay, you still remember? Okay, now if you still remember okay, I want to continue our lesson today. So now I want all of you to open the book on page 25. Are you on that page? Yeah. Page 25. Okay. Now, today, what day is it today, everyone? Today, Friday. 27. Unit 3. Yeah, because your lesson usually what is the news, and today we focus about listening and speaking the news. Okay. Now let's look at the box and look at the word in the first box, the box here, and then I want to ask you one question. How do you keep up to date with what happened in the world? It's like what do you do to keep update to what is happening in the world every day? Can you give me one example? Like nowadays we know the coronavirus, but how do we know that we know the coronavirus happening nowadays?
Through social media like Facebook or
Okay, good.
Any kinds of social media.
Okay, good. And how about Maran? How do you keep up to date with what's happening in the world? just keeping inform everything that you to the news, so that the country can know. Okay, good. Okay, now I want all of you to look at the word in the box. Martin, can you read all the topics new in the box loudly to the class here from this? Okay. Yes.
Politics, celebrity, fashion, culture, the arts, trends, international news, national news.
Okay. Now I want you to think about all these top news topics. Which one that you interest the most? Okay, everyone. Can you think about it? Anyone can begin? What is the topic new that you interest in this word or this word?
Culture.
Culture. Okay, why? Why you interest in culture new?
Because we can know a lot from every country.
Okay, good. Any other, Maran? Which topic do you interest?
I like the art.
Okay, can you give a reason?
Because like watching art, it made me happy, and it made me happy, and I can find music from the news.
Good. Okay, the last one. How about Banya? What is your interested topic?
For me, international news.
Yes,
Because
why?
I want to keep up all information around the world, like especially for coronavirus.
Okay.
I want to know which country is the most most affected country in the world, and which country is getting.
Okay, good. Okay, good, everyone. So now, I will. Okay. One more question, everyone. Do you listen to radio?
Yes, sometimes.
So, which station do you listen to?
Not right.
Which station? Yeah,
Love
channel.
FM 97.5.
Yes, Love FM radio. Love FM 97.5. Okay, me too. And how about do you listen to the news on radio?
Just sometimes.
Yeah, and which station do you hear about?
I like VOA.
VOA. Okay, good. How about Anya? Do you listen to the radio?
Originally, no, but in the past,
Okay.
I used to do that.
Okay, good. Oh, okay. Now